Bitcoin mining difficulty adjusted 27 times in 2023. Do you know how much the difficulty has increased throughout the year? There are not many bubbles in Bitcoin's sharp rebound. If there is another sharp correction, get on board quickly. Bitcoin Spot ETF is the new favorite for US pensions. Or the trigger that will destroy Bitcoin. Who's banking emerging countries? Not Bitcoin Ethereum. It's Wavefield. SEC names SOL as an unregistered security. Solana ignored it and the price doubled. The creditors of men took a spent 10 years. Finally got over it. FTX's creditors also have to take their time. Rethinking the world with cryptocurrencies. Master the 24-hour wealth password. Let's slowly become rich together.
Wednesday, December 27th. Where is the coin chain? My name is Michael. Let us first take a look at the 24-hour deposit data headlines. Today we are going to learn about a new concept called taker. Is the buy to sell ratio, a very sensitive indicator of market sentiment. When the taker value is above 1, indicates the market is bullish. Below 1 indicates a bearish market. We see that the taker value starts from the 20th, dropped from 1.045 to 0.89 yesterday. This shows that market sentiment has changed from bullish to bearish in the short term. The main factor is the recent, caused by frequent downward insertion of the pin. What I want to remind everyone is that the option expiry date is December 29th. The market has now begun to digest the power of the bulls in advance. Very obvious downward pin. The violent washout has begun. Therefore, we must be wary of downward risks on the 29th. Let's take a look again. A long-term valuation tool for Bitcoin. The rainbow image we have used many times. It uses the growth curve of data to predict the potential future price direction of Bitcoin. In fact, every bull-bear cycle in history, all very consistent with the rainbow picture, the distribution pattern of the 9-story tower. But everyone sees, Bitcoin is now on the second level of the rainbow tower. It is a stage where buying can be a fixed investment. According to the latest regulatory news, and future Bitcoin production cuts and other good news to predict Bitcoin's next wild bull run, it should be in the fourth quarter of 24. In other words, it will start in the first and second quarters of 2025. There is a high probability that Bitcoin will exceed $100,000 by then, so the current price is $40,000. Indeed, there is still a lot of room for growth. So what is the price of Bitcoin 10 years ago and now? After removing the bubbles, is there a possibility of overestimation? This question is actually worth thinking about. Bitcoin mining difficulty. According to statistics, a total of 27 adjustments have been made this year. 20 of them were added, 7 times as reduced. The annual growth rate is 74%. Among them, the most difficult increases. It rose 10.26% on January 16. The smallest increase was 0.12% on August 9. In addition, according to the data, Bitcoin mining difficulty adjustment expected to be the first in 23 years. Will happen around January 4th. The difficulty will likely increase by 225 at that time. Reached 73.62 pounds when I first started mining in 2016. At that time, the difficulty was only about 30 questions. As Bitcoin's computing power continues to increase, Bitcoin production cut time. It may also be closer than expected, maybe earlier. The production cut time everyone predicted in the middle of last year. It should be in May 24, but now it has been advanced to April of 2024. If the difficulty and computing power continue to change, when will Bitcoin's production be reduced in the future? There may be further adjustments. The halving market may arrive early. If you find our program helpful, please give us a like. Likes are the greatest support. We hope that this sort of daily news allows you to invest in the crypto track, from emotional to rational decision making. Everybody knows the United States has a very large reservoir of cash. It's called America's pension plan. If the Bitcoin Spot ETF passes, everyone would think that it's in cash form. A position ratio that fully matches the U.S. pension plan. By the time the U.S. pension plan, if you want to get into Bitcoin investment, it will be a very huge amount of funds. The latest news now is, SEC requires all companies applying for spot ETFs submit the changed S-1 application documents on the 29th.
Some experts predict that with the launch of Bitcoin Spot ETFs, more companies will offer Bitcoin investment options in 401k retirement plans, transforming Bitcoin from a high-risk asset to a mainstream investment option. However, EBSA, which is affiliated with the Department of Labor, expressed concerns. The agency issued a warning in March this year, pointing out the main risks of investing in cryptocurrencies or related products and retirement plans, and BitMEX founder Arthur Hayes also expressed serious concerns. He believes that the key to the value of Bitcoin lies in its liquidity, that is, its ability to be transferred. He warned that if a Bitcoin spot ETF were too successful, it could completely destroy the value of Bitcoin.
This news is unremarkable, but it reveals ETH is likely to launch on January 10th. A possibility of passing. Everyone has raised this market expectation. But in the face of the adoption of ETH, some people also expressed different opinions. For example, the founder of BitMEX. In fact, Arthur's worries are not unreasonable. To sum up, he thinks, if the spot ETH passes, large amounts of foundations buying large amounts of Bitcoin. This will lead to Bitcoin's already low liquidity. Sharp deflation. If deflation reaches 1 basis point, will trigger a price collapse. I think it's okay to worry about this. But it is not particularly reasonable. Because all crypto assets are determined by supply and demand. If circulation decreases sharply, if deflation continues, prices will only go up. But if you want to redeem the spot ETH, heavy selling could put pressure on Bitcoin price. It is possible. Everybody knows. The era of cash is long gone now. It is enough for people to bring a card or a mobile phone when going out. Unfortunately, the world's underdeveloped countries, a large number of people do not have bank accounts, or the bank account balance is insufficient, unable to enjoy the most basic traditional financial services, so the creation of cryptocurrency. It meets the needs of this group of people. Recently, the founder of Alessandro's named Wang Qiao. He thinks, to truly provide banking services to people who are financially isolated. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, not Solana, but to his tron.
He pointed out that Ethereum has never really provided banking services to the public without bank accounts, nor has Bitcoin or Solana. These public chains are either too unstable, too expensive, or too new. Rather, Tron provides banking services to unbanked people around the world. He said that most stablecoin activities in emerging economies are conducted through Tron USDT, which is evidenced by data on the chain. Sun Yuchen then replied below Qiao Wang's tweet. For Tron, everything is still in the early stages. Their vision is to serve 8 billion people around the world.
Actually, I have a reserved opinion on this issue. I think everyone can see. The earliest will be Binance ARX. In fact, they all have their own stable counters on their own platforms, and they are unwilling to support each other as stable counters, nor willing to support us. It was under the situation of the separation of the three kingdoms. Trump first said that I use USD and reduce the USD handling fee. So everyone sees, Tron is actually on the track of USD stabling. It is a very impartial or neutral existence. So because the handling fee is low, Tron's USD adoption rate is also the highest. So if Brother Sun's wave field is dedicated to use digital assets to force the reform of traditional finance, or if it changes on this road, Brother Sun, you can move forward boldly. We will definitely applaud you.
Solana's biggest bomb didn't explode. Who cares what the SEC says when the wolf comes? Creditors OSBF and FTX offer to repay separately. Do you think it's a hit or not?
Solana, a public chain project once known as the killer of Ethereum, breaking through $125 today. Prices hit a 20-month high. But don't be happy too early. There's still an unexploded bomb on Solana's head that has not been resolved. Do you still remember? Half a year ago and in November, Solana named by SEC. It is an unregistered security. As soon as the news was announced, it fell 20% the same day. Where is the turning point in this matter? This is the lawsuit filed by Ripple Public Chain in July, ushered in a very big victory. Judge rules CUSP does not constitute a security, so this ruling directly weakens. The SEC considers almost all tokens to be securities. But the unexploded bomb on Solana's head has not been solved. Solana is not legally defined as saying, Solana is not a security. If the SEC is now stepping up its crackdown, or sue Solana, it is very likely that there will be headwinds again.
In November, the SEC again filed a lawsuit against the cryptocurrency exchange Kraken, accusing it of illegally operating a virtual stock exchange, broker and clearinghouse without registering with the SEC. It also claimed that Kraken mixed customers' crypto assets with its own funds. Together, it is worth mentioning that the SEC once again called out SHib cryptocurrencies, including SOL, ADA, MATIC, etc., which are all securities. However, the market seems to have gradually become numb to this position of the SEC, and the market has not been much turbulent.
Despite regulatory risks, although the SEC may still take action against SOL. But as you can see, since mid-October, the price of Solana token SOL has increased by 470%, nearly 5 times. What does rising mean to cure all diseases? In other words, I will buy it first and then talk about it. Whether to regulate or not will be decided later. MIDAO exchange, which went viral due to currency theft more than 10 years ago. His reckoning has finally come to an end. Some creditors have already obtained it, compensation for some coins from MIDAO exchange. But after all, more than 10 years have passed. My wife has become a mother-in-law. The day lily is also cold. What we want to say is, SCEX's debt distribution or compensation work, will it also take more than 10 years? So there is new news about SCEX's debt restructuring recently.
Embed Proceeding is a stock clearing platform acquired by FTX in June 2022. Most recently, FTX's debtors filed a separate lawsuit challenging the Embed acquisition. Court documents show that the FTX debtors said they have reached a proposed settlement with SBF regarding claims in Embed Proceeding. The agreement stipulates that SBF will return the full value of the 2 future equity simple agreements issued to him by FTX US and relinquish all interests and assets in accounts in Embed's name. Creditors have proposed separate repayments for the debts owed by SBF and FTX, which not only helps creditors get back their lost wealth more quickly, but also helps FTX and SBF unbundle, which is a good thing.
There is a very interesting comparison here. Everyone saw the MIDAO exchange. It was liquidated under the Japanese regulatory system. SCEX is conducted under the regulatory system of the United States. In the end, the MIDAO exchange will take 10 years. How long does SCEX take? There are 2 major regulatory camps, Eastern and Western. A very interesting comparison in terms of efficiency. Otherwise, how else can we view this incident? But there is a very interesting question here. It is all centralized institutions. Cryptocurrency companies are also good. The exchange is also good. It really should be placed under the legal system and the regulatory system to conduct their business, to do their duty. But we cannot suppress the entire industry in the name of regulation. Starting point for supervision should protect the rights and interests of all investors. Let us take a look at today's currency news. Everyone in the currency circle says that making money is as easy as breathing. But if you make or lose money, you must think about your own investment behavior in reverse. Did something go wrong? Was my initial understanding wrong? Or the decision was wrong? Many people regard the currency circle as a zero-sum game market. If it is a zero-sum game, what are the rules? The battle is that you are stronger than the other party. There is a problem with many leagues. It is just that he feels great when he wins. It's all my fault. And if you lose, you will definitely find all kinds of scapegoats to blame others. He never knew that he was wrong from the beginning. The currency circle is not a zero-sum game market. Everyone sees that in a bull market, everyone is making money. Whose money is this? In a bear market, everyone loses money. Where did this money go? Therefore, the starting point of thinking is essentially wrong. Just like I told you before, if you stole, you are an investor. If you don't study, no matter how much money you make, you are all a speculator. So whether it is morality or not, it is good to be well educated. Investment strategy is also good. In essence, they are all the result of in-depth thinking. The above is the entire content of today's program. If you think the channel is valuable, you're welcome to like, forward or comment on our channel. Here are all our membership benefits. We hope that in this bull market, let us slowly become rich together, and a zero after the asset.